Tell me about this.
Oh, dude. Um, I I guess they're testing ice cream for COVID now in China. Which I just have so many questions. So many questions about this. It says ice cream samples in the Chinese municipality of Tianjin have tested positive for traces of the new coronavirus. Um, so first question, why? Like, why are you testing ice cream? I mean, w- I don't know.
He's like,
I
what's the
don't
point?
like what's the point, I guess? Most of like what I've read is that if you're eating something, you're pretty much safe because when you're like digesting, it's actually going to kill the virus. But what's what's and I'm no expert whatsoever, but what's more dangerous is when you're not digesting and the virus sits like in your pharyngeal area, you know,
Hmm.
and and you're not swallowing and it's not going into your stomach and it has time to actually like get into your system. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But yeah, it's just like, why are people testing ice cream? And then what do you think about that?
Well, my
It's
first
like,
question.
do we have to test all food now
Well, that
or
was my first question. If they're testing ice cream, like this is just one story of one specific food. Like what how many other things have they tested to be like does it have COVID? And like how much manpower, money and energy is going into testing all of this food, which if what you say is true that it doesn't really matter if you ingest it, like what is the point? Like why?
mm-hmm.
Um, and it's
Yeah, I was just
and the quote is if you have recently purchased this product, please contact the community to report. At present, the traceability of the source of the virus is still in progress. So
yeah.
it's like in the food.
Yeah, and if you scroll down where it talks about the CDC at the very end, it says the CDC has said the risk of contracting the virus from food or food packaging is low. Um, and that's everything that I've read is that the biggest threat is actually through airborne ingestion, where you're not actually eating, it's just
Mm,
breathing it in,
mm.
you know. And so I was just really surprised about this. Um, and I don't,
I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on, and I'm gonna say it's the big cake companies trying to take down the ice cream companies,
dude, it is,
spreading
it
false
is,
false lies about contracting coronavirus from ice cream.
it totally is. Ice cream is taking a huge bite, no pun intended, out of the cake market. And
This is the only way they can come back.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
And I mean, and even the quote says we probably don't need to panic that every bit of ice cream is suddenly going to be contaminated with coronavirus. So this is basically a non-story.
Yeah, and that's what I hate one thing that I and I know that there are so many different opinions on this, but I just don't like that there's so much misinformation. And how do you combat that in today's world? You can't really, because it would take so much regulation. But then again, with regulation takes away freedom, just like how um, in China the government pretty much controls all media. And do we want to go? It's you go back and forth and back and forth.
Well, I'm surprised that China would even talk about this because they're
Yeah.
they're basically washing their hands, no pun intended, of the whole coronavirus situation.
Yeah. Yeah, they have been,
Hmm.
which, yeah, it's just really surprising to
Yeah,
me.
Chinese media reported. Yeah, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I'm surprised that they would even report that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.